It's time to talk Wicked for Good. Alan, you and I are fans of the first movie, and
In the musical.
I think actually when the trailers for the first movie came out, I was skeptical. You know, I was like, "Ooh, Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, what is this?" And we were pleasantly surprised. I think a lot of that is that the first half of the play is the best part, right?
Mhm.
You reach the high with defying gravity, ending it, the sort of cliffhanger nature of what's going to happen to the characters after all of this. And I think you and I were surprised that we like the first Wicked. Wicked for Good, I'll say, is accurate to the second half of the play,
In
which
every
is
way.
in every way. The songs are not as catchy. The new songs are really not good. It's sort of dark and depressing, and there are other things that don't work about it because we saw it on Wednesday. I've had more time to think about it. I mean, Cynthia Revo as Alphaba and Ariana Grande as Glinda, they've got more chemistry than the love interest. The two of them, the two women, have more chemistry
Yeah. Which
than
is
the
true of the play. Let's be honest.
right. But Jonathan Bailey as Piero, it's a tragic love triangle, but there is no chemistry whatsoever. He's merely a tool. It's really about their relationship, Glinda and Alphaba. Um, I'm a big fan of the play, but I felt the same way as when I saw the play. It's what is this second half? You're kind of like, in a way, like Wicked, the first movie, is a prequel to the events of The Wizard of Oz. And the second half of the play rushes to the end. I mean, rushes.
It feels like it's
You know,
a it's a reason just to wrap things up after the first act.
it's kind of like it's also retconning and being consistent with the movie The Wizard of Oz, with Judy Garland. It's like a commentary on that. Oh, didn't you know, behind the scenes, this is what really happened when the witch got water thrown on her, right?
Mhm.
Like like and there it happens like concurrently with the events of The Wizard of Oz. And I mean, there are really no spoilers. If you care about spoilers, we won't get too deep into it. But one thing I asked Alan, who's seen it now twice, three times.
Yeah, and I'll be singing it again tonight.
Okay, okay. Um,
'Cause I have a wife who really wants to see this movie.
okay, you're forgiven. You're forgiven. Um, dude, you never see Dorothy's face. I thought that they would have expanded because the flaw of the second half of the Broadway play is that they rush all the events. They rush everything. I thought, well, now you've got, I mean, it's twice as long as the second half of the play, the Broadway play, the Wicked for Good, right? It's 2 hours, 17 minutes. The second half of the play is like an hour, less than an hour. They could have expanded upon some of it, right?
Mhm.
You never see like our the Cowardly Lion has like 3 lines in the movie, voiced by Coleman Domingo, but he's got like 3 lines. And you see that the Tin Man is like this bitter, angry, like let's get the witch, let's kill the witch. It's like it's just it doesn't match as well the original, you know, Judy Garland film, Wizard of Oz. It doesn't match it as well. The play does a better job, but it doesn't expand on the events. And again, it glosses through, and it's kind of tragic ends for for most of the characters have a tragic end.
You know what you're saying? You're saying that everything that they expanded in the first movie was great, but when they do it here, it's bad.
You're right, though. It's
Mhm.
true. They did expand things in the first film that actually made it better. And this is now they did shoot these movies back to back. They were
Mhm.
shot all at one time, right? And which is odd because I think something that they shut down all the interviews with the cast because
They were
Cynthia
ruined.
Erivo and Ariana Grande are just weird around each other. There's something weird going on. But what's weird, having seen those clips of what they look like in real life now and watching the movie, it they look they look healthy in the movie.
Yeah.
I'll just say that, healthy. And in real life, they both look unhealthy in terms of how skin and bones they both are. Um, anyways, Alan, I was disappointed. I'm not going to say I don't recommend it. It gets a bare recommend, but
Yeah.
I'm disappointed they didn't improve upon the second half of the Broadway play, which is what they had an opportunity to do. And so, and it does have its moments. It's mostly between uh Glinda and Alphaba. Like those moments are
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, one thing that they added that I liked was they brought the animals back because the animals were a
Right.
big part of the first act or the first movie.
Right.
And in the play, the animals disappear, and here there's that motivation of, they can't talk anymore because they're outcasts now. Look, spoilers. Sorry, they live happily ever after. Okay, you got your spoilers. Um,
Not
the
everybody.
Yeah, I
Not
mean,
everybody.
clearly, people have to die in order to get to the happy ending. Okay,
Yeah.
the here's okay. I
Oh, Alan, your internet is kind of
remember leaving the first. Okay, yeah, okay. I remember leaving the first movie and saying, "This is a great movie," and I remember leaving this movie going, "Oh, it was okay." And it shouldn't have done that. It should have taken that ball and ran with it and
yeah.
have still been a great movie. And I'll tell you exactly why it happens. The new stuff. There are two songs in it, one from Galinda, one for Alphaba, that are basically, I think, their attempt to get some kind of Oscar nomination for best song.
Yes.
Both songs are flat. Both
Yep.
songs have zero
Yep.
meaning to it. Alphaba opens with the song "There's No Place Like Home." And she's telling all the animals who are leaving, exiling themselves out because there's no place for Oz there. She sings, why do I live? Why do I love a world that hates me? And then she says, but there's no place like home. And then she says, there's no place like home. And then she ends it by saying, there's no place like home. That's the depth. That's the depth of that song.
How much was someone paid to write that song?
There's Steven Schwartz. There's Steven
Oh
Schwartz
my
who wrote it.
god.
And then
Uh,
then Alphaba, I'm sorry, Glinda has a song that I just don't remember. And you saw when we saw it together, that was when her song started. That was the moment I got up and went to the bathroom because I knew I knew. And then when I came back, I asked you the question, what did I miss? And you said
uh,
nothing.
nothing. Nothing. And another thing that bothered me, we can nitpick this because I
No,
mean,
but if you're gonna add something, this is not a nitpick because if you're gonna add a song that's meant to get best song nominations, you failed. You failed miserably here.
yeah. Yeah. Well, Bach, who's a munchkin, they do this thing where munchkins are being exiled.
Yeah, plot point,
A little plot
plot
point there.
convenience, plot convenience.
Yeah, yeah. How are they munchkins? Is he a short king? He's not short. The actor who
Well,
plays Bach.
yeah, and they're the same height as Glinda. I
Yeah,
think
it
Munchkins
doesn't.
are a race of people and not short people.
Yeah, they're like I don't know what it's just is that sort of a like, well, we don't want to have little people in
Yeah,
this.
heaven
So
forbid.
they're just called munchkins. They're not
Mhm.
what munchkins are in the original movie, at all.
Yeah. Now let me tell you exactly why this movie falls flat. Um, it's the first movie. The moment it starts, it immersed you in the world of Oz. You were in this world. People were singing, were dancing. There are at least 3 great song and dance numbers throughout the movie. In this one, there is none of that.
Yep.
There is one big dance number between Jeff Goldblum and Ariana and Cynthia Erivo. Fun, but that was it. We are not brought back to shiz. We're not the things, the world that we loved in the first movie is non-existent in this movie, and that's it was like you have these grand song and dances in the first one, and this one it's just a letdown at that point. And I just remember watching it, feeling like I was an outsider, just observing it as opposed to being immersed in the world of Oz. And as you say, it's dark, and it's also pretty much practically just a 5-person movie at that point.
Yeah,
Everyone else, all the supporting characters you loved in the first movie, gone. And then lastly,
Bo and Yang.
Lastly,
is
the
kind
fate
like,
of Nessa. Did you laugh at the fate of Nessa? I was like,
it was dumb.
It
was dumb. You should feel that it's tragic. It's actually kind of dumb. So,
but it was, she died out of plot convenience.
That's right. And I don't know what, I'll just say this. If you saw the first one and loved it, prepare for disappointment, but it's probably more disappointing than the stage play, in the sense that they had an opportunity to fix the flaws of the play, and what they did was they amplified the flaws of the play. So you kind of have to see this but you're not gonna, for example, I saw the first Wicked several times in the theater and really enjoyed it. But I've seen this once. I have no interest in seeing it again.
Yeah.
Alan, your final thoughts.
Yeah, the best parts of this movie are the parts that were in the musical, because John M. Chu knew how to shoot those. He knew how to make those grand numbers. There's a love song where basically Elphaba and Fiyero do it, and it was great. The For Good, that's the signature song of the second act, very good. But it's all the added stuff that just felt out of place and felt like it just needed to be there to wrap things up. Are you muted?
It's ultimately a disappointment. And you know what John M. Chu is doing right now? You're not going to believe this. John M. Chu did a Wicked themed car ad. I think it's for Lexus. I have it in my YouTube history. It's called, it's a Lexus car ad. I'm going to show this to you. This is what the director of Wicked was spending his time on. There's a lot of marketing behind Wicked, but here we go. It's called Magic in the Air, Lexus. And here he is with his blonde wife, I guess, and baby. Okay.
I've heard it said.
Oh no. We're gonna hit. Here he is, John M. Chu, director of Wicked, doing a magical Lexus ad. That's what. There we go.
Because I knew you.
Oh, he's driving the Lexus through the poppy fields. Woo!
Yeah. By the way, good for John M. Chu for having a blonde wife.